Introduce yourself.
I'm Chris Ferzoco with the Ferzoco Group Real Estate Team down here at the Jersey Shore. Why I got into real estate? Well, it's kind of a short, long story. I was down actually visiting my brother in his one of his investment properties. Actually, we were down for the weekend just to have a good time. And at the time, I was in the music industry, and so I, had my job and I was doing what I was doing there. And my now wife at that time we came back. We were out doing something when we came back, and she said, we're going to go look at this house. And I was like, okay. And it was this old Queen Victorian, and she started rattling off all this detail, and I'm like, I don't see any of that here. None of that's in the paperwork, because back then we still had the paper magazines that you get at your local Wawa. And I said, how do you have all this information? I don't see it there. She's like, well, I set up an appointment for Monday at 4:00. And I was like, okay. So we stayed the weekend. We went on Monday. We went and visited the property, ended up purchasing it, and it was an absolute nightmare. So anyways, fast forward a couple of years of being stuck in this nightmare. The company that we worked for ended up closing. They went out of business. They decided that they were going to third party the positions. So we were no longer working for this company here. I needed something to do. And I was like, man, I like real estate. I like looking at other people's stuff. I love looking at beautiful homes. And I was over at one of the investment property that Joe had, and quite frankly, he said, yeah, this sold for a blank amount. And I said, geez, I can do math. 3% of that's pretty good money. And so that was how I got into real estate.
What makes Chris Ferzoco Chris Ferzoco?
So what makes me me? Well, I really do care about other people. Sometimes I think maybe to a fault that I do put their wants, needs, goals ahead of my own, but that's okay, because I always look to do that because I enjoy seeing other people's success, and I love to see them achieve their goals, their dreams, and I love watching it all come together, and being a part of that really, really excites me. Is really gratifying for me to be able to be a part of that, to coach them in their business, to coach them in their lives, or helping people within the real estate business as well. So I'm always really looking out for other people, making sure that they're cared for, making sure that they're moving forward in life. And I guess that's kind of the way I am.
What do you love about the shore? Doesn't have to be a long answer, but
what I love about the shore, honestly, is I love the off season. I love the peace. I just love what it has to offer. There's so much here that we are able to connect with the ocean, the beach, with the trails, the environment and all of that. But ultimately for me, it's really just about the pace of life here at the shore. It all just really slows down and is just so enjoyable. And how lucky and grateful I am that I get to look at virtually 102 steps from my office door is the ocean. I get to look at that every single day. Doesn't get any better.
Okay, and then your funny story or short joke.
So, well, I don't have any short jokes I can tell that's going to make on camera, but a funny story is that it's going to be a real estate one, unfortunately. But years ago, I was entrusted with a client. They were very important to a friend of mine, and they said, take good care of them. They're clients of mine here. Take good care of them down at the shore, and I promised them that I would. And in the very, very first property, I locked them in an elevator, and the light didn't work in the elevator, and we couldn't get out. We finally did, obviously, but they were not happy. They were very nervous, and she was claustrophobic, and it became a very tense 5 minutes. But the very first property, within 15 minutes of meeting them, I got us locked into an elevator. Ultimately, I just want to thank you for working with not just myself, but with the Ferzoco Group. It is truly a pleasure. It is our honor to help you in whatever that way is, whether it's selling or buying a home. It's something that we truly appreciate. It's something that is our life goal is to help as many people as possible. And so we thank you for entrusting us with your biggest purchase, with your biggest sale. And perhaps what might be your largest financial situation in your lifetime. We thank you for allowing us to be a part of that and helping you with that.